Battlegrounds is so special because you need to use your mind so much. Our tactic is to play smart and don't make any rash decisions.
I'm very excited to play online. Everyone's on a level playing field. Everyone has the same hardware. It's a new experience for everyone, I think, especially in this game. There's lots of people coming in brand new. We know that if we play aggressive in the right moments, then we can catch people off guard.
Shot, so Avian trying to find his target here as he looks around. The problem is there's just so many defilades, and the real problem is that Tempo Storm has 4. And those players, when it comes to breach tactics, or not breach tactics, push tactics in the open, they're incredibly strong. Your boy Dre will find himself out in front here, and this is one of those times when Valier can say, you know what, Dre, go crazy. That's what they're gonna do.
And it does look as though that's exactly it. Already a couple of the Tempo Storm guys getting pressure. Nade comes out, that could be huge. Oh, he's gonna get it. That could be 2. Can he get the job done? The nade's great as well. Fausto's still in this.
Yeah.
And there it is. Incredible work coming through. Great kills. You can see what that means to these guys. They came through the qualifiers. Yeah. These guys have grinded and grafted through this one, and they've turned up and delivered against some of the very favorites. You've had Tempo Storm coming into this looking great. They look solid. Really, in this AAA, lived up to expectation. That's not to even be discussed. But again, what a great way to start this one off, seeing a young, hungry team coming into this and delivering. The Northwest as well, TSM, Penta, Noble up there still as well.
I do worry a little bit on Method. So Method's in Pachinki. The problem with Pachinki is getting out is very difficult, and that may cost them big time. It looks like Digital Chaos got 1 man, 2 men just sort of standing here, so that'll be a pickup. He's got the rest of his crew coming.
Looked like they're going to get away. No, Hollywood, he caught you, and who's one of the top fraggers coming in for DC before, straight up killed him with a vehicle explosion. Grain as well catching out players here. They're having a tough round this time.
Starting to go down. Energetic Turtle gets Hollywood out. Fosta dies outside the play zone, so that's that DC drop.
come up and clean up these guys for Luminosity Gaming so that way they don't feed any information to the last remaining person. There's 10 people up and alive, instantly drops down to 7. 10 seconds before the circle starts closing in. This is going to be really interesting to see how each one of these squads pair off across these hay bales.
Digital Chaos won game number 1, and they're in a great position right now. If they stay just behind this defilade, they're picking shots off, but Noble continuing to land shot after shot. I should mention Austin from Ghost. He is still alive and creeping his way in. While these two teams with 3 members alive engage each other, he is off in the distance. He has a hay bale for cover as well as he creeps his way forward. So Ghost still have the chance as Noble push in. Digital Chaos get knocked. Oh, Austin manages to find the shot onto Fausto. He could play real spoiler here just behind that hay bale. Digital Chaos with just one man alive. Austin goes down, Noble now in a great position with Boom. It is Avian and Fausto, the last two standing for Digital Chaos. If they can get a man up, and Avian's up.
You can tell that Interrogate knows exactly where they are. They're playing right back behind that hay bale, trying to look back up. Jock is trying to figure out exactly how they made that approach over there. You can see that Chosen Zygote's trying to crawl forward and feed information.
Jockey's there, he has to take the shot. We can see just off to the left, Interrogate is there. Can't land the shots on Jockeys. Avian manages to down the Chosen Goat. He's been picked off. Noble goes down as well. Digital Chaos now in a prime position. Neither team in the circle, but they do not care. They know where Interrogate is. Boom is down just ahead of him. It's a 1v1 almost as these two guys try and trade off. We can see almost everybody's down. Jockeys and Avian, the only two standing. Boom goes down. That is it. Digital Chaos will take it. The only team so far in Oakland to take 2 chicken dinners and has that catapulted them up to the top of the table.
Well, with first place in 12 kills, that was an absolutely stellar performance, but you can't count out Noble. Look at this. They net 15 kills inside of that. Coming in second place, they were really struggling in the leaderboards. It's really nice to see them come out, make a strong performance. Additionally, Ghost Gaming coming in third, Luminosity Gaming coming in fourth, and Tempo Storm still with that consistent performance coming in 5th place.
8 kills for Interrogate in second place.
First question, it has to be generic. How does it feel taking the first win of the day?
Feels absolutely amazing to know that like 8 teams will come here and actually win a game, and to win the first one going in, it's such a huge like confidence boost. It feels amazing.
Well, let's talk about your journey here, because it wasn't easy. Obviously, you had to go through the qualifiers. I mean, how much of a task was that, and how much pressure does it kind of add on to yourself, knowing that you're coming into this against all these kind of invited teams, so to speak?
I actually feel like it relieves a little bit of the pressure. You know, we went through the qualifiers. We went up against 320 teams in total. Top 4 went through. We came out, you know, 4th place, and we got through. I actually think that relieves the pressure because we know that we've fought our way to get here. We know, like, we've earned it, and it feels really good.
Okay, let's talk about your thought process then. Plane comes in. What's the first thing you guys are kind of thinking? What's the discussion that goes through the team's mind, and how do you plan where you're going to drop?
We're looking for like basically a safe area to loot at the start of the game. You know, a lot of areas are going to be contested, so we want to get away from the plane. We want to get vehicles. Sometimes we do something weird, catch people off guard. Sometimes we just do a standard, you know, go away from the plane, find cars, get loot. It's pretty straightforward, really. We just need to look around, like what other teams are doing, and then figure out what we're going to do based off of that.
What kind of play style would you say you guys go for? Are you looking to try and find a stronghold, a compound, try and get into early on, or are you a team that prefers to always be on the move, always wandering around and kind of taking the fights when they find you?
If we see a strong compound, we'll take it. We like to be on foot, we like to be fighting, but there's no point, you know, if a compound's in the middle of the circle, there's no point not being in it, right? But we also like, you know, if we can find a good spot on a hill you have a lot more mobility. You know, you're not as safe in a building, but you're also not as restricted. You can move around, you can fight, you can flank people. So that's what we were doing most of that game. We spent very little time sitting in buildings.
Okay, well, you know what? Congratulations. I'm going to let you go and chill with your team now. That's it from us. When we return, we're going to have more intense action. What a way to start off day 1, game number 1. We'll see you guys in just a second.
Absolutely drop them down a little bit. Digital Chaos looking very, very good. as we move into the final game, man.
One more, and I have to say that in that game right there, if you're a Ghost Gaming fan, you have to really give some respect to Austin, who managed to be so sneaky coming inside that, securing a third place. He was crawling through and actually stepped up and went aggressive at the very last second.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Digital Chaos, we've heard from them once. Let's hear from them again. It's Fausto with Rich Sims.
Thank you very much, D-Man. Second chicken dinner in 2 days. How are you feeling right now?
I am way beyond stoked. Like, we've had so many rough games after the first win, and now we're so frustrated. And after the last game before this one, we're talking and just saying that, okay, we just need to let everything go and we're gonna go out with a bang. And this is what we're doing, guys. We're going out with a bang.
I don't think that's a bang, to be honest with you. I think that's a banging good time, because you guys are absolutely smashing it right now.
Yeah.
Coming into this, you had to go through the open qualifiers. You were originally, we saw you on PogChamp, and then you came through, you got picked up. I was speaking to Ewan yesterday. What was it like going through those, through the qualifiers and having to go through teams to make it to here?
I mean, it was super stressful. There were so many good players we were playing against, and there were so many good teams that didn't make it here. But we're just so happy that we actually qualified to get here, and the feeling of just actually being able to go to a place like this is insane.
Now, I think it's fair to say, obviously, you guys have put this team together. Not so much in terms of when we're looking social media-wise and big names and things like that, compared to some of the other players. But you are proving now that practice makes perfect. I'm assuming you guys are now at the top of the leaderboard. For anybody out there who's kind of had you guys back and you've been supporting you all the way through, what you got to say to them?
I mean, thanks for all the support. It's insane when we're watching the Twitch chat. We went back yesterday and we watched the Twitch chat and we just saw all the PogChamps in the chat. That was a great feeling. I'm not sure we're going to be on top of the leaderboards, though. I think we're going to be up there. We need to, we're going to win the next game as well, so.
Oh, confident?
Yeah, I'm confident.
No.
I think we got it now.
All right, then. Well, you know what? Best of luck. Congratulations. Guys, give it up for Digital Chaos. Second win of the weekend. That's it now. We've only got one more map left. And as he mentioned, it's still anybody's game. Stay with us, because coming up after the break, we'll do the post-match interview, but we'll also be going into this final game. See you in a second.